Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
The Rita Cosby Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Feisty, fearless, and fair. She's an Emmy-winning journalist from the White House to war zones, telling all sides of the story. This is the Rita Cosby Show.
I know your name is Rita, 'cause your perfume is smelling sweet. Since when I saw you down on the floor. Guitar.
Breaking news.
And good evening, Dominic Carter here with you folks, in for the lovely Rita Cosby. The situation in Minneapolis. Protests erupt. President Trump, DHS, defend the ICE agent in the fatal shooting over the driver on the street, the shooting of the driver on the street. The Department of Homeland Security calling the incident, the woman involved, a domestic terror. Witnesses say it is murder. Dominic Carter here with you folks. It's your turn to be heard on what is a busy news night and a very volatile situation in our country right now at this hour. 800-848-9222. So here's my role. For the next 2 hours, I am here to tell you the truth. Plain and simple. No more, no less, and the chips fall where they may. There is no jury in America that would ever convict this officer based on the video that we've all seen out of Minneapolis. I don't even see an indictment. 800-848-9222. Sometimes law enforcement is not pretty, and this is one of these times. The officer, based on the video that I have watched quite a bit, did nothing wrong. Again, I'm here to tell you the truth. Plain and simple, no more, no less. So the video, or part of the video as it goes on, appears to show the hysterical, blood-covered wife of the woman killed by ICE crying out that it was her fault. The wife of Renee Nicole Good hysterically blaming herself for her partner's killing at the hand of ICE agents. And so the woman was filming and distraught and sobbing, and just steps from the wrecked car in Minneapolis as a neighbor heard the commotion that was going on and asked her what happened. And the wife said, I made her come down here. It's my fault. They just shot my wife. They shot her in the head. I have a 6-year-old in school, she appears to say. And the woman was shot dead while behind the wheel in an encounter with ICE agents. 800-848-9222. So here's what we see. An agent who was clipped, ICE agent, by her car, drew his handgun and fired 3 shots at close range, killing Good and causing her vehicle to speed out of control and crash down the block. And so what's sad and tragic about this, and I really want to hear from you folks, the people that caused this by creating this anti-ICE environment are now the same people blaming the Trump administration. I'm referring to Democrats, starting with AOC.
Brown. So this is now turned into what our greatest fear is and has been for a long time around ICE, that this will be used as an anti-civilian force, that it has no accountability. At the end of the day, what we saw today is a murder. And murders in cold blood need to be prosecuted.
The people that caused this with their rhetoric are now the ones blaming the Trump administration. Another Congress member, Ilhan Omar.
And so it is not helpful for us to have ICE agents unlawfully just carrying out these ridiculous raids that are not resulting in any sort of arrests, that have no explanation of why they are there. They are disturbing peaceful communities that are just trying to live out their lives. And I join our mayor and our senator in asking them to get the heck out of our city.
Interesting. Again, I'm here in a very volatile situation at this hour. And I'm here to tell you the truth, plain and simple. No more, no less. And I'm going to repeat, the chips may fall where they may. There is no jury in America that would ever convict this officer. I don't even see an indictment coming. I just don't see it. The audio of what happened.
No! Oh my God! What the? What the? You just what the you do?
Sometimes, folks, law enforcement is not pretty. And this is one of these times. This is definitely one of these times. Let's start. We'll let you hear what Secretary Kristi Noem, what she had to say. President Trump reacting. Let's start with your telephone calls. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Steve, line 4 in Virginia. Steve, good evening. Welcome to the Rita Cosby Show. What's on your mind?
Well, first I'll tell you that A-Hole C needs to understand that the people that were there being paid to do what they were doing, rent a mob, that they're complicit in this woman's death. Look at themselves first before they start pointing fingers at people who are trying to enforce the law.
Well, I agree with you on that. Here we go again. And as I said in the earlier broadcast today, this is all a smokescreen. It's sad, it's tragic that someone is dead. The Democrats are saying, thank you, Lord, because now they get to move the goalposts, if you will, and focus on this. They'd rather talk about anything else except for the $9 billion in corruption. And so that's what a lot of this is really about. Thank you for the call, Steve in Virginia. Let's go to Frank, line 3, here on the Rita Cosby Show. Dominic Carter filling in. Frank in Queens. Good evening. What's on your mind, Frank?
Google the Dobbs Ferry Deli shoot.
Okay. Thank you, nut job. That's just fantastic. Let's go to Sandra, line 2 in New Jersey. Sandra, what's on your mind?
Oh, good evening, Dominic. I'm so saddened by all this horrible stuff going on. Look, when leaders repeatedly criticize the police, downplay enforcement, and send signals that it's okay to resist authority, it's understandable, it's excusable, these people internalize this. And that's what happened with this woman. She thought it's okay to be this way, and unfortunately it's not okay. And then when I think about vehicles, think about the parades, what happened with a car. Think about what happened on the streets with cars. These are weapons, and I think I saw the whole thing, and I think it was totally correct what happened. It was not wrong at all, and I think that woman, she made such a big mistake. You don't disrespect the police, but unfortunately, she's really not to blame. I blame the stupid governor, the stupid mayor, and all these people that are teaching us that it's okay to resist law and order. So that's what I feel.
Sandra, thank you for the call, and I agree with your assessment. Oh boy, this is just, I'm trying to find the right words. Obviously, we're in a live situation, a volatile situation, and I'm going to break it down in just a minute. But right now, I'm just trying to get some of your telephone calls in here on the Rita Cosby Show. Dominic Carter filling in. Let's go to Jerry, line 3 in Manhattan. Jerry, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. Yeah, this was clearly a case of cold-blooded murder. The woman was trying to get away. Okay, she was turning to the right. The guy wasn't even hit by the car.
Jerry, I'm going to give you your say because we have a right, First Amendment right to comment and have our perspectives. But what you're saying is ridiculous, and I'll break it down to you in just a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, she was clearly trying to get away, and he decided to stop her by putting a few bullets into her face. He wasn't hit by the car. He wasn't touched by the car.
Yes, he was. He was brushed by the car. Okay, Jerry. Now let's go back. You put out your propaganda. Now your
it's not
perspective.
Propaganda. It's
okay,
true.
All right, Jerry. I'm not going to raise my voice. I'm not going to get upset with you. Let's go back. So, why was her vehicle? Some witnesses have said that she was part of the group that was tailing ICE all day long, giving them a hard time. Why was her vehicle parked sideways?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, of course you don't know. That's not relevant, right? That's not relevant to what happened. Okay, wait, no. I'm going to break it down. Okay, all right. So you've been exposed for point 1. You don't want to acknowledge what it's a federal crime to impede with federal law enforcement officers. Right. I know you know that, Jerry. Correct, Jerry. Jerry. No need to talk over each other. Let's just go through the facts. Okay.
Right.
So we know that's a federal crime. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So she's parked sideways, where it appears that she's blocking, as protesters have done, where she's blocking the law enforcement officers, right? So that's number 1.
So. It appears.
Right.
That's
okay, it appears. Okay, fine. Okay. Point 2. And this is no excuse for use of deadly force, but when the other officer walked up to the door and said, "Get out." So this is a command from a law enforcement officer. Did she comply with Jerry, no point in talking over each other.
Okay.
Let's just be, because I'm going to expose you for your argument is as weak as it comes. So the officer comes up. You're still talking over me. I'm not talking over you. So the officer comes up and goes to open the door, right? On the door handle. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
And what did she do at that point?
She tried to get out of there.
No, she backed the vehicle up. What? Can we agree on that?
I don't believe I saw her back it up.
Of course you did, Jerry.
Well,
so you're just calling, shooting from the hip, and you don't even have the facts. But you know what, Jerry? Do me a favor. I want you to hold on, because we have to take a break, and I want to continue with you, because there are people that have the perspective that you do. And I am telling you, this officer did nothing wrong. Time for a break here on the Rita Cosby Show. We're coming right back.
You're listening to the Rita Cosby Show. The Rita Cosby Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This is the Rita Cosby Show. Breaking news.
And we are continuing at this hour on the Rita Cosby Show to cover the news out of Minneapolis, the fatal ICE shooting of the woman And as I started out the program, I'm going to say again as I bring back in Jerry live, Jerry in Manhattan thinks it was cold-blooded murder. I am telling you, I've covered these police brutality and so on for many, many years. There's no jury in America that will convict this officer. I don't even see an indictment. The officer did nothing wrong. Jerry, are you still with me?
Yes.
Okay. So we see the woman, the one officer goes to open the car door and she backs up, correct?
I didn't see her backed up, but maybe she did. I think if she backed up, it was to get out of the situation. So she could climb the car.
See, Jerry, no offense. No, you don't know what you're talking about. And here's what I mean. The officers have given her a legal order to get out of the car. So what are you talking about? She backed up to get away. She was trying to evade law enforcement. That's not grounds. That's not. Wait, right. Jerry, we don't have to talk over each other. That's not grounds.
You're right. She was trying to evade the situation. She wanted to get out.
So Jerry, you do understand that's a crime, right? That's not an excuse for deadly force, but that is a crime. You do understand that, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So now, while one officer is at the side of the car door, the other officer, the officer in question, where's that officer standing?
He's standing at the front, but not directly in front of the car.
Okay, he's standing at the front. He's standing at the front. Do you know why he's standing at the front?
To keep her from going somewhere.
Right, to keep her from leaving the scene. Now, once she backs up that vehicle, you've got a law enforcement federal officer his arm could get caught in that door, and you've got the officer that did the fatal shooting in front of the car. Now, you said she tried to evade to get away, right?
She tried to drive away.
Okay, so she tried to drive away. So the officer that's standing in front of the car that fired the fatal shots, how does he know which way she's going? And before you answer that, Jerry, are you willing to concede that a vehicle is extremely a deadly weapon? Are you willing to concede that?
Of course.
Okay. So how is it cold-blooded? Okay, you keep talking over me.
Making a right turn.
Okay, Jerry, this is not Hollywood. How does the agent know that she's going to make a right turn? The vehicle is right in front of him, and it's coming. Okay, Jerry, for the last time, I'm not talking over you. Why are you talking over me?
I'm just trying to respond to what you're saying.
Then why don't you let me finish and then respond? Because, see, you're talking on emotion. You can't back up anything you're saying with fact. Everything I'm stating to you. See, here we go again. Everything I'm stating to you is based on fact. Not speculation. So once the vehicle backs up, Jerry, the agents no longer have control of the situation. Now she's coming towards him. How is he supposed to know that she's veering right? How is he supposed to know
She wasn't coming towards him. She was veering away from him.
Okay, so how do you know the vehicle clipped him? How is he supposed to know?
It didn't even clip him. It didn't even touch him.
Let's play your game. It didn't touch him. How is he supposed to know what her intentions are? At that point,
her
Jerry,
intentions were clearly to get away.
Jerry, how does he? Jerry, you're the agent. You're now the ICE agent. How do you know that? You don't know that, Jerry. You're speculating.
Look. He had no reason to kill her.
Jerry. Now, listen, I got to take a break. If you want to hold on, I have a lot of calls, but if you want to hold, I will come back to you because your argument, you have no facts to back up what you're stating. The Rita Cosby Show's coming right back. Dominic Carter filling in.
The Rita Cosby Show, entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Rita Cosby is on. Breaking news.
And Dominic Carter in this hour all this week for Rita Cosby. We're following the ICE fatal shooting in Minneapolis. Protests erupted. The same folks that created this climate, that created this, Democrats, House Democrats, are now trying to blame the Trump administration. I have patiently kept Jerry in Manhattan on the line. Jerry believes it's cold-blooded murder. I am telling you, there's no jury in America that will convict this officer or perhaps won't even indict him. So, Jerry, just one more time. So I just posted a video on my Twitter at Dominic TV that a EM sent to me, a person with the, EM, in which you clearly see the vehicle. You know, people are saying, oh, this is a mother that was driving a minivan. Jerry, all of that is out the window. That vehicle is a deadly weapon, and you clearly see the vehicle brush up against the officer, and it looks like it's a little harder than a brush, and then he pulls out his weapon and opens fire. So how is this murder?
How is this murder? Okay. She was veering away from him. She wasn't.
Okay, and that makes it okay.
Wait,
that means
You're
wait.
not even letting me answer.
Okay. Because you know why I'm not I have very little tolerance. People that listen to the show know. Wait a minute. People that listen to this show know that I have very little tolerance for nonsense. And it is ridiculous. Wait a minute. It is ridiculous to state this stupid argument that she's veering away from him. How does he know that? You don't think he wants to go home to his kids and to his wife? How does this is not Hollywood. Your Monday morning quarterback. Wait a minute. I'm going to give you your say. Just please try to base it on fact and not make stupid comments.
I'm not making stupid comments.
You got 10 more seconds because I'm getting very bored with your ignorance on this issue. Go ahead.
All right. As she was trying to get away and veering away, at this point the officer in front was no longer in front of her. He was near the side, the driver's side of the window, and he killed her. Okay? He was clear. There was no reason to kill her.
Okay, Jerry, this is not Hollywood. He did manage to get to the side, but how did he know she was going to veer right? You got a split second. Wait a minute, Jerry. You just want to keep us talking over each other because you don't have the merits on your side. I get the game you're playing. I understand the game. No, you're not making sense. As a matter of fact, you're done. Thank you for the call, Jerry. A complete waste of my time. I only took the call because I wanted to hear a legitimate argument from the other side to try and justify this. And if you just listen to Jerry for the last 15 minutes here on the Rita Cosby Show, he did nothing to prove his argument that this woman was murdered. All you have to do, folks, you got to, in a situation like this, you have to remove emotion. Law enforcement is not pretty sometimes. This is one of these times. It's very easy to fall into the argument of a mother, she was there with her lesbian wife, and then that's another entire question. What was the wife doing filming this? And we all know why she was filming it. They wanted to say that they impeded federal ICE agents. And unfortunately, it went terribly wrong. Let's go to Rich, line 2, New Jersey, here on the Rita Cosby Show. Rich, what's on your mind?
Yeah, Dom. I've heard you speak about your daughter and everything, and you're a parent. Now, if you had a 6 or 7-year-old home, why would you take risks with your life on anything? Your main job is to raise that child and be for that child. That's your first priority.
You're correct, Rich.
What are you doing out doing stupid things?
Well, you know the answer, Rich. You know what? Let's see if you can tell me what the answer is. Go ahead.
You want attention or
attention, and this is why this is
trying to
reckless.
Prove a point. I mean, you got a child home. They keep mentioning that. Well, that's your main priority: to get your butt home every day and feed your child and you love that child. That's it.
Agreed. But this is why this is reckless and dangerous. Democrats are urging Americans to do everything in their power to fight ICE, to impede ICE from doing their duties. And so it's very sad. This woman is in the morgue right now, shot in the face. It's very sad.
What did it accomplish?
But
She
at the
doesn't
end
get
of the
to raise
day,
her
but at
kid.
the end of the day, she has no one to blame but herself and her wife. You know,
Go to work, go home, and mind your own business. That's basically what it comes down.
And the last thing you do is impede a federal agent.
Absolutely.
And the moment that the first agent tried to open the door, it's a good thing we have video, because they would say she was executed in cold blood if we didn't have video.
Yeah.
She defied the orders of a federal agent that said, get out of the vehicle. The other agent positions himself in front of the vehicle. He had so that she can't leave. But she did try to leave because she backs up and then goes forward.
We all knew this would happen sooner or later. Everybody knew this.
But this is not Hollywood. You can't play with federal agents. They want to go home to their families as well. A vehicle and she's a mom driving a minivan. It's a deadly weapon that can be stronger than a gun.
Why don't they want people arrested that are doing bad things and they're illegal? I don't understand this mentality.
You already know why, Rich, because they're brainwashed by Democrats. That's why we started the show playing AOC and Ilhan Omar, because they're listening to these people. That's why the wife was outside the car filming it. They thought it was cute. And I mean, with all due respect for the dead, is it cute now? Of course not. And this ICE agent has got to deal with the fact that he shot a mother in the face, but you can't blame him. He had to make a split-second decision. Is his life on the line? Yes, because he's standing in front of the vehicle. She goes back, defying his partner, and now is coming forward. Now she veers right to get away from him, but he had already made the deadly decision, fearing that his life was on the line, and took the fatal shot. Rich, thank you for the call. Let's go to Maria in Brooklyn, line 3. Maria, good evening here on the Rita Cosby Show. Dominic Carter filling in. What's on your mind?
Dominic, thank you for going through all the details. The officer was totally justified. What is a mother of a 6-year-old in the middle of law enforcement situations, and she's trying to challenge law enforcement, all in the name of, since when did this illegal alien agenda become so important for Americans that they're giving up their lives? She's in the middle trying to get between law enforcement. The officer, obviously they're seeing she's not listening, she's not complying. They don't have a moment to say, oh, let me see, she's a mother, let me not hurt her. They have to deal with, this vehicle could be used against them.
Absolutely.
She could have a gun in the other hand where they're not seeing. I mean, this is no game. The officer was totally justified. Totally justified.
Okay,
and
so
they
Maria,
should arrest now you're saying she's the wife? They should arrest her too.
Maria, of course she should be arrested. But Maria, I have a Baba on line 2 in the Bronx. I want you to stay with me live. Baba disagrees with me. Stay with me, Maria. Baba, I want to hear from you, but we also have on the line live Maria in Brooklyn. So what's your point of view on this?
Okay, thank you very much for having me. Mr. Dominic, my point is I disagree with you because you don't let people explain themselves. You want to talk and you want people to believe you only, to take your points only. We have to have some disagreement.
Baba, first of all, I want you to have the conversation with Maria. Do you know why I want you to have the conversation with Maria? Because Maria can do a good job of articulating her point of view, and you two can hash it out. But to the point you just made, I am paid to be here, Baba. I am paid as someone that has done these types of things for 40 years, okay? And so I will listen to anyone, but I'm not going to listen to stupidity. And that first, to just say, oh, the ICE agent murdered her, has got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. You can't do that in a court of law. You got to make a case. And so that's where we are now. I want you to make the case with Maria. She's on the line. Talk to her. You disagree with me, talk to her.
Okay.
How is this an assassination by ICE? Explain to me, please.
Explain you what? Repeat your questions.
By the way, I'm Hispanic. I'm also a minority. How is this an assassination?
I am a minority also in Africa.
Okay, Baba, you can't talk over her because then we can't hear what you are saying. Let her speak and then you speak. It's real simple. Go ahead, Maria.
I just wanted to ask the question: how is this murdered by ICE or an assassination, or it was not the right tactic that the federal officer used? Let me hear it, please.
Okay, listen. First of all, that's not my point with Dominic. I didn't see what happened, but I only listened.
So in other words, Baba, on a big news night, Baba, on a big news night, you're just wasting all of our time.
No. I disagree. When I called, I said I disagree with you the way you talk to people. You don't let people talk.
Okay, now Baba, you've said that twice now, right? So I think we heard you the first time, correct?
Okay.
Now, Baba, I am not going to sit here and listen to ignorance. It really is that simple. Baba, all I have to do is inform Blaze to lower your audio. But we don't have to talk over each other. I don't know why you're doing this.
Yeah, and let me talk. Go ahead.
Okay. Let you talk, right? Now, you're saying a lot, but saying nothing. Now, we already know what you just said, your original point. What do you want to say now?
What I want to say is you give your people a chance.
If you're espousing ignorance, I'm not going to give you a chance.
Baba, do you have an opinion on what happened in Minneapolis today?
If you don't have
Maria, as you can see, I give people, lower his audio, I give people plenty of rope to hang themselves. This is a perfect example of what I do. So now, Baba, you are the weakest link. Bye-bye. You don't have to ever call me back again. You can call Rita. She'll be back next week. But don't waste my time. Maria, so the first caller, and you got those on the left, it's reckless what they're doing. And what they're doing is what played out in Minneapolis tonight. For 30 seconds, you have the final word here before I move on.
Correct. And they're using the feelings, fear-mongering, and the weak-minded are actually listening to them. They're believing their tactics. And this is why we have all these democratic cities with protests and demonstrations all day long, and they don't know the real facts about anything. This is why we're in so much trouble in this country, and we need people like you, Dominic.
Well, thank you, Maria.
Exactly like you. Thank you.
I couldn't have said it better than what you just articulated. Thank you very much here on the Rita Cosby Show. And now, folks, it is time for our Support Our Heroes segment.
The Rita Cosby Show presents Support Our Heroes.
So here on the Rita Cosby Show, I mentioned this the other day, earlier this week, but I'm doing it again, and that is U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Ruben Talla. And the reason why I'm doing it again is because, I've had the opportunity to think about it, to marinate on it. Heroic Christmas Day rescue. He's driving with his family in California. He sees a crashed SUV that's close to dropping from an overpass. Instant death for the family inside. What does he do? He showcases bravery and quick thinking typical of military training. He said to himself, somebody's got to help, and he jumps out and he goes and grabs the handle, sort of like this ICE agent did in Minneapolis, the handle, the door handle, and he's able to keep the vehicle from flipping over. Again, instant death. Others come to his aid. He yells that he needs a rope. They form a human chain in which they're able to support him as he gets the people out of the SUV, hundreds of feet above the ground. We need Americans like this. And again, U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Ruben Talla. Folks, help America to never forget. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at T2T.org.
You're listening to The Rita Cosby Show. The Rita Cosby Show. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
It's The Rita Cosby Show.
Better, but I do have a message for our community, for our city, and I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. People are being hurt. Families are being ripped apart. Long-term Minneapolis residents that have contributed so greatly to our city, to our culture, to our economy are being terrorized, and now somebody is dead. That's on you. And it's also on you to leave.
No, Mr. Mayor of Minneapolis, it's actually on you. It's on the governor of the state, Governor Walz. It's on Ilhan Omar. It's on AOC. You Democrats have created this climate where, I'm going to be honest with you folks, you're leading the blind. You're telling these people it's okay to interfere with the work of federal law enforcement officers. That woman, it's so very tragic, but with her wife filming, they thought they were going to have some great video to show to their friends or to post on social media, in which they would have been charged with a federal requirement at a later date, of her blocking the ICE agents from doing their job. Instead, the wife is outside the car, so basically you're holding the bag, and the officer instructs you to get out of the car. You decide that you're going to try and back up and with the officer's hand on the door handle and then try and get away. But the shooting officer had positioned himself in front of the car. So now this deadly weapon, a vehicle, is headed directly towards him. She veers right at the last second, but it strikes the officer. He fires the fatal shot. This officer did absolutely nothing wrong. Lauren on line 3 in New Jersey. Lauren, what's on your mind?
Rule number 1, when you're ever pulled over for a traffic stop, you shut your car off and you follow all the directions of the officer. Number 2, these people who keep repeating that he didn't have to shoot her. Okay, these are highly, fully trained agents that are trained to assess situations and make split-second decisions based on how they assess the situation. And this is a highly volatile situation, right, Dominic? So I asked these people, okay, if that was them, if they were the agent, or if their son or their daughter had been the agent, what decision would they have made, or would they have wanted their son or daughter to make? To stand there and find out what she was going to do after they gave her the instruction to stop and follow their directions?
To stop and get out of the vehicle.
Yeah. And not only is the vehicle a weapon, how did they know or not know if that vehicle could have been full of explosives and could have jeopardized many, many, many in that community? So for those who are saying that they're not there to protect the community, they're there to protect them in more ways than one. So I pray for those agents and their families, and I hope that, and I encourage other people to pray for sanity and for truth and honesty to be the force in this situation. People, look at the facts and be honest.
Well, honest. That's the problem, Lauren. The left doesn't want to be honest. Again, if this officer did the slightest thing that was wrong, I'd be the first one criticizing him tonight. I've done it before. Yes. I've done it for many years. I've done it for many years. When I felt that a law enforcement officer went too far, I was the first one on television to criticize them. But as I've matured, we have to give our law enforcement officers the benefit of the doubt. This ICE agent did nothing wrong. President Trump is correct. We're going to continue this conversation. Dominic Carter in for Rita Cosby, or here on the Rita Cosby Show. Folks, I'm coming right back.
Thanks for listening to The Rita Cosby Show. You can hear The Rita Cosby Show weeknights at 10 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Demo, not for broadcast. Property of WABC New York.
If you're thinking about changing schools, why wait? At Manhattan University, love those guys. You don't have to start over. With transfer-friendly pathways, your credits count, and you keep moving forward. From day one, you're part of Jasper Nation, preparing for the real world. And with New York City just a train away, opportunity is everywhere. Ready to move forward without missing a step? Visit manhattan.edu/transfer and enroll today. Manhattan University. Don't start over, move forward.